In this video, I will show you how I automate the process of sending LinkedIn connection requests that include personalized messages generated by AI. Alright, so let's get started. Step number 1, I open up LinkedIn and I perform a search for the people that I want to connect with. In this particular example here, I'm searching for marketing professionals in Portland, Oregon. And now, once I get the results, my goal is to then send each person on this list a connection request that will have a note attached to it with a highly personalized message based on information that is available on the person's profile. So I essentially want the automation to open up the person's profile, extract all the information that is part of the profile, understand what this person does, what their experience is, and write a personalized message that will increase the chances of them accepting the connection request and adding me to their network. So it sounds super complex, but it actually isn't. And I'm going to break down the entire process for you. So step number 2, what I do is I open up my automation tool here called Phantom Buster. If you want to sign up for it, I'm going to put a link in the description below. You can sign up for a free trial and follow along. Once you're signed up to your Phantom Buster account, you want to go to the solutions page and you want to search for LinkedIn search export. This is the automation that extracts the results of the profile search that I perform on LinkedIn. So you would click on use this Phantom and then go through the steps to configure it. The first thing you need to do here is connect Phantom Buster to your LinkedIn account. Now, the easiest way to do this is by installing the Phantom Buster Chrome extension. And you will actually see a button that says install Chrome extension here the first time you do this. If you don't, then you can always just search for Phantom Buster Chrome extension on Google and you will find this page here. Just go ahead and install the Chrome extension and then you should be able to connect very easily. So that's the first part here. Then you would click next. Here you need to give your search a name. I'm just going to name it Marketing Professionals Portland. And then in this field is where you paste your LinkedIn search URL. Now the LinkedIn search URL is essentially the URL in your browser after you perform the LinkedIn search that contains the profiles that you want to connect with. So in my case here, I performed the search and I'm just going to copy the URL and I'm going to paste it right there. That's the search URL. So with that, I'm now ready to launch the automation. Now what Phantom Buster will do by default is go through all the pages of the results we have here. So it will actually go through all the 100 pages and it will scrape all the profiles. And that can be quite a lot of profiles. So I'm actually going to go to the advanced setup here and I'm going to limit the number of profiles that I scrape in this example to only 10. So here I am on the behavior page and I changed the results to export per launch option to 10 and the results to export per search URL down to 10, right? And these are some important configuration options to be aware of because as you can see here, Phantom Buster recommends that the maximum number of results that you scrape per day is 1,000. You don't want to cross those limits because if you do, then you're running the risk of your LinkedIn account getting banned for doing too much automation work. So I'm going to click save, and now I'm ready to launch. All right, so the automation was successfully executed. As you can see, it managed to scrape the first 10 profiles. Now I can see the results by going to the results tab here. This is the information that it extracted for each profile search result. But what I'm actually going to do is go to the leads page. This is a new feature that Phantom Buster recently released. And you can think of it as a CRM where it essentially organizes all the profiles that you have ever scraped with Phantom Buster in this nice view here, and you can see all the available data points you have for each profile. So since we were scraping the search results, the information that is available on the search results, which is the name of the person, their headline, and their location, this is what we can see right here. Now, in step 3 of this process, the goal is to enrich each profile with additional information because the information we currently have about each person is actually quite limited. And this doesn't help us create a personalized message. We don't know much about them. So what we're going to do in step 3, we're actually going to enrich each profile with additional information that lives on the actual profile page. So essentially what I will be doing is instructing the automation to open up each one of these profiles and extract all the information that is available on the profile page. And to do that, the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a list, which I'm going to name Marketing Professionals Portland. And I'm going to say that the condition of the profiles that will be added to this list is processed by Phantom is, and then I'm going to select the Phantom I used to scrape the search results. So basically, I'm telling it that all the results from that scraper should be added to this list. So here I have my 10 profiles, the ones that I scraped. And now, as you can see, by creating a custom list, I now have these additional options at the top, these actions that I can perform on these records. What I want to do is click on Enrich List. And here I want to use the LinkedIn Profile Scraper Phantom. Now, in the configuration, I'm going to, again, connect to my LinkedIn account. I'm going to click Save. For email discovery, I'm not really looking for anyone's email because I just want to send them a connection request. But if you wanted to extract their email, you can choose between these different email discovery services here, and it will basically search for the person's email. For behavior, I'm going to have this set to 10 because I only have 10 profiles to scrape. And then for launch settings, I'm going to leave this as once because I want to manually execute this automation. So with that, I'm now going to go ahead and launch it. And this should take a few minutes, so I'm going to pause the video and come back once it's done. All right, so the 10 profiles were successfully scraped. So now if I go back to LinkedIn leads here, you can see that each profile now has more data points, right? So now with this information, we can actually, and that there's actually more. So here we're only viewing these fields, but we could view all the fields if we wanted to. You can also export them to a CSV file, so you can add them to a spreadsheet if you want. But now in step 4, my goal is to generate a personalized connection message for each one of these profiles. So I'm actually going to go back to my list here, and I'm going to once again enrich the list. But this time I'm going to select the AI LinkedIn Message Writer Phantom. So this Phantom will use AI to write the personalized connection message for us. So let's go through the configuration steps here. So the first thing we need to do is select the AI model we're going to be using. And Phantom Buster integrates with the OpenAI model. So we have the GPT 3.5 Turbo and GPT-4 models available here. The GPT-4 gives better results, but it comes with a higher cost. So for this example, I'm going to go with 3.5 Turbo. And then the next thing we need to do here is select the prompt. So the prompt is the instruction we're giving to the AI to generate the text that we want. And Phantom Buster gives you some templates you can use here. So this is a prompt for when you're connecting with people who have similar work experience with you. Then this one here is a little bit more generic. And then this one is about recruitment. This one is about is related to like pitching your product. Personally, I prefer to use this one, which is generic. And what you can also do, if you want to stand out, you can actually write your own custom prompt. So you can, my recommendation is to use the ChatGPT, which is a free tool, to experiment with writing a prompt that will generate like a unique connection message for you. And then once you find it, you can come here, paste it, and start generating, connection messages based on your own secret sauce, basically. Now, for this example, I'm going to be using Connect with Anyone. And what you want to do is once you select, if you select one of these templates, you actually want to go through the prompt here and replace these placeholder tags with your own information. So, for example, if your name is Alex, you can say my name is Alex and I work as a, let's say, operations manager at then your company name. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't see any other ones. And once you're done, then you need to select which data of the profile you want to feed to the AI. So my recommendation is to just feed it all the information you have for the profile. But if you want to make it custom, you can select here from the list which data points you want to feed it. So for this, I'm just going to leave it as all, save. And then here we need to select how many profiles we want to run this automation for. The reason it gives you this option is so you can initially try it on the first 10 profiles in your list and see if you're getting the expected results. And then if you're happy, then you can come back and just run it for all your profiles. In my case, I actually have only 10 profiles, so I'm going to run it for all. And I'm going to choose to execute this manually, launch, and I'm going to pause the video and come back once this is done. All right, so the 10 messages were generated. So I'm now going to go back to the LinkedIn leads page here. And you can see, if we scroll all the way to the right, you can see that now there is a new data point on each profile record here with the AI generated message. And you can actually view it by clicking on the profile and going to AI enrichment. Here it is. And you also have the option to adjust the message. So if something doesn't look right, you can just, edit it and then click save. So now that we have a personalized connection message for each person, we're now ready to finally send out the connection requests. So to automate this process, I'm going to go back to my list. And this time I'm going to click engage with list. And here you'll see that we have a LinkedIn Auto Connect phantom. So I'm going to click on use this phantom. Once again, I'm going to connect to LinkedIn. I'm going to click save. Now here's where we specify the message that we want to send as part of the connection request. Now you have the option to add any of the data points that are available on the profile. So you can say something like hi, and then first name, whatever, like you can completely customize the message. But since we have actually generated the message with AI, I'm actually just going to click there to populate the value of the AI message for each that I have generated for each profile. I'm going to click save. I don't want to do email discovery. I want to run it for the 10 profiles. I'm going to do it manually. So save, and then I'm now ready to start sending these connection requests. So I'm going to click launch, and this should now initiate the process. I'm going to pause the video and come back once this is done. All right, so the automation was successfully executed. 10 invitations were sent. And now I'm actually going to go to LinkedIn here. You can see that I'm on the manage invitations page. And here are all the profiles that I sent the invitations to. And these are the connection messages. So yeah, this is how you automate the process of sending a highly personalized connection requests to a list of targeted LinkedIn profiles. As you saw, all the steps can be automated with Phantom Buster. So I'm going to put a link for it in the description below if you want to sign up for a free trial and test it yourself. But other than that, please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. I'm going to do my best to help you. And also let me know if you have any suggestions for future videos that you want to see. With that said, I'm going to see you on the next one.